Next we have is Dawn.
So I agree. Your previous statement: females have more success getting an answer to the door. Results is different, um, but we don't appear as intimidating. And for a female, I would suggest, like I said, this is not male versus female at all, but whereas if a female dresses more professional instead of looking very casual, we definitely will get a different outcome, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that know who you're serving, and if you're serving a male and a male answers the door, call him by name. He'll say, "Oh no, I'm not Mike. I'm Mark, but Mike is here. Let me get him for you." So don't just, when they open the door, don't just say, "Hey, I'm a process server," or have that personable approach, to where, like Alex said, they fill in the blanks. Okay, well, he's not Mike, but he's going to get him. That's the way we teach our people, is to approach them by their name and let them tell you who they are.
I like it.
I was gonna say, I do the same thing. Like if there's a woman, I'm like, "Oh, hi, hi, Mary," and I say their last name too. And then they say, "Oh, I'm not."
It's so interesting to how when you approach a door and you go, yeah. See, I remember trying to ask for the name, like, "Hi, Mary." Like I know like I already know it's them type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I tried that, I think, for a little while, and I didn't like how some people would actually pretend to be Mary. Oh, he
wow.
thinks I'm Mary. Let me go ahead and be Mary. And I didn't find another way to, because I've already shown my cards that I'm there for Mary and that I think they're Mary. So what I found better was to say, I have a delivery for Mary. And so now it's like, and I'm holding it, I got clipboard and paper. I got a delivery for Mary. And they go, and she goes, "I'm Mary." That's was the most effective way that I had found. But you got to try what works for you, because I wanted to also prepare, like if someone was going to lie to me, I would kind of start to recognize what those lies look like, because they would take the form of, and this is kind of the next question, even though it's not on here. Like I want to know what you guys do if someone lies, or like how if they're lying. I'll give you a couple of mine. One is that they will say, "Oh, I'm not Mary," and they'll say, "Oh, I'm not Mary." Like if they weren't Mary, I have a delivery for Mary. Then they would go like, "Oh, I can sign for it," or "Oh yeah, she's not here right now," or "It's a delivery." So you wouldn't be upset and, "Oh, I'm not Mary." You would say, you see what I'm saying? Like just psychology, the way psychology is. And I like, and then you just keep asking questions. After I've asked a few questions, I know, "Oh, do you know when she'll be in? Like I need to get a signature." "Oh, I can sign for it." "Oh, it has to be her signature." "Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, you can come back. She works swing shift." Like it's a natural conversation. They're not lying. But as soon as they start getting like, "Well, what is it?" And if you can't tell me who it is or what it is, I can pretty much assume it's Mary if it's a female. And I would serve her. And then when I got back to the office, or maybe in my car, I would look on Facebook and see if it's her. Try to verify that it's her, even though she said it wasn't her. And the worst case scenario, I have to go back again with another set of documents, which I've done many times, where I called the client. I said, "Hey, I don't know for sure if it's her, but I'm pretty sure this lady was lying to me. Do you want to roll with the proof of service? I'll sign it, but I can't tell you for sure if it's her. All I know is it's a female who I think was lying to me." They'll say, "Oh," half the time they're like, "Nah, just give me a proof." And then the other half the time they're like, "Well, no, you should probably go back out. Let's get a Facebook photo. Let's have the husband send us a photo," that type of thing. Alex, actually, I don't know who was first, but sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The best indicators when they ask, okay, they'll say, "No, I'm not married," but then they'll say, "What is it about?" And I see who's the case, who's the party on the case. It's like they'll go and ask you these questions about the documents, and that'll be the best indicator. I also wanted to add that what I do personally is, before I even approach the door, I take down the tag numbers of every vehicle. I don't knock on any door before doing that, in case you run into these people who are deceiving or denying or trying to avoid. And I'll go back in the car and run the tags. And then
you run it before or after?
I run it after. If they say, "No, I'm not such and such," I'll wait for the results, because I don't want to take that trip back. So
I like it. That's good. Adele.
So just going back to even the clothing, I was gonna say, I know I don't dress up like being, like professional a lot. I feel like if I'm gonna go knock on a door and be professional looking, one, depending on the area, they might go ahead and think I'm like, dealing with ICE and immigration, because that's, there's people that have to come knock on doors. Or two, either I could be the Mormons or the Jehovah's Witnesses. I feel like whenever I have dressed up, I get less knocks. Like even when I dress in like dresses, I'm like, oh, I guess that's not, I mean, it's okay for businesses and do that all day long, but a lot of times I just go out in tank top and shorts, and I could say 95% of the time doors are opened because they just think I'm just somebody out there with some papers and coming to the door. I don't know if they think I'm selling them something or what they think I'm doing, but I'm just coming to the door like average, Joe.
My first thought would be that you either clipped my car and you want to be a good person about it, or that your dog was lost and you're trying to find it. You want to know if I've seen it or something, like just some random person in the neighborhood. Yeah.
But I was gonna say, I definitely do what Alex does. I always go ahead and put plates no matter what. Sometimes I even do it if they are a little bit sketchy on how they go ahead and receive the papers, like as if they might come back later and be like, oh, I didn't, because I don't have the camera thing where I'm video recording them. But if they ever come, just are a little bit sketchy, I go ahead and will write the plates even afterwards. But I have noticed like a few times, like, you do go ahead and get those cues on, like if they ask more questions and act like they're not that person. I had like one guy do that, and I like literally was like, you sure you're not this? He's like, oh yeah, that is me. I'm like, all right then. Like,
That's awesome.